nothing like that. Of course. I would like this though.
Why not?
I'm asking you.
Look, we dress.
I
We're
would
not the same.
like this. I would wear like this. When I'm on the train, I sometimes think there was a white. You know, when I'm on the train, sometimes I think there was a white people looking at me. Content over everything. I'm like, hold on a second, maybe it might be all of this congregation.
You two need to go on the tube now.
Oh my God, imagine that. So what happened earlier though? Because you got a little bit of an altercation with that guy. Is he gone now?
I don't know. I was there.
Well done for restraining yourself, man.
Huh?
Well done for restraining
that's
yourself.
it. That's the Speaker's Corner. Free speech.
You saw the way you handled that. Like, you know, you showed a lot of restraint. I mean, the guy was literally in your face and being so disrespectful to you. It was on the next level.
That's right. Well, hopefully I can inspire others to, you know,
well, I mean,
because there's a price for free speech.
Yeah, of course.
There's a price for free speech.
But I'm assuming that you're probably experienced stuff like that in the past anyway. It's not the first time or the last time.
That's right. You get seasoned. You get seasoned.
Oh, all right. So you're like me. You staple things.
That's right.
Yeah. We're similar because
We're going to both you two
no.
on the tube.
Well, you don't realise a lot of the stuff that I've got. I've got staples. if you look at some of the stuff behind here that I've got, like my umbrella, I've actually stapled stuff in.
Oh, right.
But I've covered it.
Right. So
we're very similar like that.
I'll tell you this, mate. We've got to be careful. Is make sure you do the stapling because you never
Oh, yeah.
know what can happen.
Liam, can I do my bit to piece in a bit? Oh yeah. If we can go around a little bit. I don't want to do it here because there's going to be people.
You want to go around that?
Yeah. Go around the corner.
About 1488. What's that mean? What's your 1488? What's 1488?
Oh yes. This is a code,
Break down the code.
and it means the idea. The code breaks down into a formula, and the formula is to preserve the existence of a people and a future for their children.
Oh, isn't that what Ralph says?
Sorry?
Any people in particular?
I think the code and the formula applies to all people. But when I say people, when I say people, I mean, because I'm a conservative, real conservative.
Oh.
I believe in the conservation of race, culture, ethnicity, family values, and so on. I'm anti-globalist.
Alright, cool. Let me cut to the chase. The 1488, from what I understand, is supposed to mean the preservation of the white race and hell Hitler or something like that.
It's a white power thing. That's right. That's
I don't know if you're aware of that and if that's got anything to do with why you're wearing it.
Well, as I said, the principle that the preservation of the white race, I'm for it. Because I'm for the preservation of the black race, the Asian race and Chinese race, all races. So I'm a national racialist.
Do you think they need to be actively preserved?
Yes.
You think they're
But that does not mean that...
What about the 88 one? Because I think that's what the 14 is for, but what about the 88 one?
Oh, the 88 in Chinese is good luck.
Yeah, but I think, can I say that? But the thing is, you can't. So you're saying that you can be in favour of preserving your people without hating the other group.
Yes, that's right.
So this is where things start. Like you know, I've always said that if I went to the Punjab where my people are from, and all of a sudden there was like 30 to 40% Chinese people there,
Exactly.
and my particular way of life was gone.
Yes.
I'm not going to hate the Chinese for being Chinese. I might actually be a little bit disappointed that my way of life is gone.
Right, that's right.
So-
A little bit disappointed?
Oh, very disappointed.
Thank you.
So
Very, very
Yeah,
disappointed.
because I'm glad you said that you're so open about it. Because if you're going to say you're for the black race or the Asian race,
Yes.
you should say the white people should be for the white race. as well.
That's exactly.
You can't be on the fence.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot
that's
of people, like Raspek, the hypocrite, is a black nationalist, but calls people that are white nationalists racist. So there's a big hypocrisy there, is there not? If you're a black nationalist and believe in preserving the black race and the black people, but you don't consider that to be anything wrong with that, but then you're condemning the white people for saying that they're white nationalists, then you're a hypocrite.
Correct. That sentence correct.
Okay.
Right.
But you see, like your whole get up and everything. I don't know. Is it supposed to make people think about Hitler and Germany?
It's supposed to make people think about identity politics. That's the goal.
But why did you specifically choose this?
Well, this, because today I checked the weather forecast. I heard that it's going to be raining, so I thought, yeah,
The style.
Exactly. So I've got to have something that,
And it looks good as well.
Thank you. That's right. So that's the effort. That's the effort. That's right.
That's all it is. There's nothing. There was no
Well,
conscious decision.
there's multiple layers. There's multiple layers.
man,
There's
you know what
multiple
I'm
layers.
saying.
But you know that by
Multiple layers.
But you know that by him wearing this, that he's gonna be sending out a particular message to
Hey,
people.
Raj, you got a voice. Let him speak.
Oh, go. But I'm just saying that you're asking, but you know that as well. Oh, shut up, you little. I was gonna call him a small carrying prick.
That might be the case, but I want to hear him.
Yeah,
say
go
it.
on.
Because you might be feeding him information right now.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I stated it. I answered you. Any further questions? This is to cause people to think about 666. What do you call it?
The devil.
The devil.
Yeah, is that what it signifies?
Well, it's 666. It's a number.
So you're just trying to...
It's a number. But people attach different significances to the number.
What would you say is the most commonly referred to connection with that 666 number? What do you think most people?
In my experience, the most popular reference to 666 is parts of Revelation, the book of Revelation from the Bible. And they usually say it's the number of a man or number of a beast. I'm not too sure. Is it a number of a man or a number of the beast? Is it the beast? The beast or the man? 666 is the mark of the beast.
No, I'm not asking you what it is. I'm asking you what do you believe people think it is? That's what I'm asking.
What? That's too wide. People,
In general, interacting with people. 'Cause
they
obviously you
believe
told
it
us
has
the
some
way-
significance to the Revelation, the book of Revelation in the Bible.
Is that why you wore it? Is that why you wore it?
Yeah. Because it's one aspect of the significance of the number.
And what do you think people's general perceptions are about the way you're dressed as well? What do you think that? How do you think you're viewed by the general public?
I have no idea.
You've got no
But
idea.
no, that's
Are you
why I'm
being
out
sincere
here.
right now?
Yeah, but that's why I'm out here and I'm listening. I'm listening to the feedback,
What
listening
was
to what people think.
What was your attraction to this whole job?
Because I thought the weather's going to be quite rainy and cold today, so let me wear something that could be appropriate. That has a bit of flavour as well.
Strictly the weather. That's it.
Primarily the weather.
Belt, a hat.
Give us the elephant in the room.
Where can I get one?
Well,
Where can I get one?
you have to do your research. You have to do your research.
You don't want no one else to steal his style.
Good, you got it. That's right.
Like I
So
said,
what do you believe is the elephant in the room?
I don't know. I think you're dressed up like.
Because you said there's an elephant, you think there's an elephant in the yeah. So what do you think that elephant could be?
I think it's you're dressed up deliberately like
I'm going to talk about that today, hopefully, regarding
German soldier in Hitler's
I
army.
hope
something
so,
like
he
that.
said he was.
Or a general or something like that. And the general
It's
perception
going to get heated.
of people dressed like that or Nazis
I'm a military
that they're
genius.
bad people. Whether people know why, I don't know. They're usually associated with the extermination of a lot of Jews and things like this.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's when I would ask, if you're conscious of that, why would you decide to dress in that fashion?
Because I'm a Nazi, a national racialist. Not a national socialist, a national racialist. So I believe a national racialist believes that the race conserves the nation and the nation conserves the race.
So the name you picked is similar to, I don't know, is it the name that you picked or is it a name that was already in existence? What do you say you are?
It's new concept.
It's a new concept.
New concept, yeah. Most powerful concept at Speaker's Corner.
And you chose to model it off of Nazi, like the original Nazi.
No, not model it. It stands by itself. National
You took no influence
racialist.
from Hitler's Nazis.
Joey, can I talk?
Well,
After. I'm asking you, did you take no influence from Hitler's? You look like you're very inspired by Hitler.
okay.
You look like you are.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
National Socialism or Nazi is irrelevant. I'm a national racialist.
Or do you take any inspiration from Hitler?
I don't want to talk about Hitler.
You just want to look like you're a member of the army.
He was. Am I allowed to ask him?
Do your thing.
Right, so are you saying that when you're saying that you believe in Nazi to the racial identities, you don't believe in do you also believe that one race is superior to the other race?
No.
All right, so that you're not a Nazi then.
There you go.
You never said he was a Nazi. What did you say you are? There's a difference.
National racialist.
All right, so that's a new definition.
Of course.
Because it's not, I don't,
new concept. New ideology.
It becomes problematic when you're too tribalistic, when you start thinking you're better than the other people.
That's right.
Or you're
that's
superior.
Right.
That's when you truly become a racist. But if you want to preserve your people or your way of life,
Yeah.
I don't see that as racist per se.
Well, I'll put it this way. If we use the Olympic Games as an analogy, yes? Stay in your lane. So you have a number of lanes. You're in a race. You race. You try and make sure that the stadium is equal. You try and make sure the stadium has no bias, and then everybody enjoys the Olympics. Yes. So you've got 8 lanes. You understand? And so when people are running their race, some races you're required to stay in your lane. And the assumption is that the track does not have any biases.
Are you saying you don't believe in race mixing and stuff like that then? Or do you,
Not quite.
right.
To illustrate,
But stay in your lane sounds to me like you believe that people should
Yeah.
stay within their own people.
beautiful, good.
Their own lane.
Let me explain. So, we're gathered here. You have your own bed at home, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope so.
You all have your beds that you're going to go to sleep in tonight, yes?
Yeah, but sometimes we share them.
Well, we'll get
It's
there.
not that clear cut.
Okay, some. Right. So some people have...
Can't hear you, Raj. Take your mask off, man.
Look, this is the difference between a Verka and a thingy. I can open this as well.
You're not a superhero.
I can open that and I can pull it down as well. So don't worry, there's holes in there as well.
Right. Yeah, I can hear him.
I'm interested.
Yeah, so just like some people believe they like to have their own bed, yes? And in between their bed that they sleep in their bedroom, there's a wall between their bedroom and their flat or the rest of their house. Is that correct? Right, so a lot of people like to live that way. They like to have their own bedroom and they like to have a wall between their bedroom and the rest of their flat or house.
But no one else can come in.
We'll go there slowly. And then, between your flat or your house and the rest of the street, there's another wall, isn't there? Yes. So just because you live in a house or you live in a flat, that doesn't mean that you cannot leave your home and go out and go where you're welcome. It also means that you can invite your friends over for dinner or for drinks or for conversation. But at least you know that that is your space, that is your home. And you can say, look, party's over. If people overstay their welcome, then it's time to go. Yeah, because they're guests in your space. So I'm saying that identity goes with your own space. Yes? I'm answering your question. Right. So just because you may decide that you want to live, have your own bedroom, other people might decide, you know what, I want to live in is it a kibbutz? Or a place where you can share your bed. You could share your wife, you could share your children.
You said share your wife.
Yeah,
Look how you got interested. I'm an Indian.
No, that's
That's the only time
no, be careful.
His eyes lit up.
Right, be careful, see? So it's one or it's one or the other. Right? You believe you have your own space, you understand? And then you have your own home, but you may choose some people may choose, look, I'm not interested in my personal identity or my culture. I believe we're all human and everything belongs to everybody.
Yeah.
So you can have my wife, or I don't really have a wife. Or you can have my children. Some people believe that. So I'm not going to say, I'm not going to try and force that person that they can't have that, they can't mix, or they can't go to somewhere else's house. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Who believes that? Who says that? Who's that open and free with their wife and children? You mean a group of people? Or,
He's saying metaphorically. He's not. He doesn't mean literally.
you mean the odd
Yeah, but there are people literally.
Yeah, literally is not like him.
There are
basically,
literally people.
basically what he's trying to say is that, you know, when you have countries or you have races or
Good,
people,
good,
that
you
it's
got
like,
it.
it's like a home. You can have people coming in, but when
Good.
they outstay your welcome,
That's
a
right.
bit like immigrants or something, maybe they need to go back.
Right.
If they start
Good.
interfering with the home.
That's right. You
So
got it.
if they start,
You got it.
let's say, changing the furniture and changing the wallpaper,
Good.
maybe it's time to go home.
Good.
Yeah, but if they start interfering with your wife, then the damage is done even after they've left.
Yeah, but he's using that as an analogy as an analogy for disturbing the status quo of that country.
That's right.
So trying to change it from within.
Yeah, talking about barriers.
That's right. That's right. So that preservation.
famous
Yeah,
now.
he said it. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so,
it.
so you are actually, you actually have similar views to some white nationalists if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm a black nationalist.
Yeah.
So there's white nationalists. I have friends with Chinese nationalists. I have friends with Asian nationalists. So I have friends with all nationalists.
So Malcolm X at one point was a black nationalist as well, wasn't he?
Who?
So people like the
Oh yeah, that's right.
they're all
Yeah,
black
that's right.
nationalists as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. This is the thing is the thing is that, oh
Yeah,
he's a black nationalist. So we're talking about
Yeah.
the hypocrisy of some people. Let's say Raspek saying if you're a black nationalist, there's nothing wrong. But when you're a white nationalist, it's seen as being racist or something very bad. All he's saying is that preserving your own people and your own way of life isn't necessarily a bad
No, it's
thing.
not
It
bad.
can be a good thing.
So you're talking about the opposite to this coffee, this melting pot, coffee-coloured people theory. Do you remember that book in the 60s where everyone sort of like mixed up and ended up with coffee-coloured?
No, you've got to be more precise because it's a very serious subject.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with identity politics. Yes. So there are those who I see that I'm opposing, and that their values is to force everybody to mix. I'm saying if people want to mix, they can mix. But if people want to preserve their culture, their race, their ethnicity, and so on, they should have a space for that. That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, it all gets watered down and diluted.
Yeah.
No, that's right. I think most people feel like that.
Pardon?
I think most people feel like that. Most people
Yeah, I know.
agree
I've got
with
no
you.
Yeah.
servant to hold.
Some
my
people might believe, okay, they want to live in a hotel. Yeah. They want to live in a hotel. People come in. It's not their space. Yes.
I get chased about a lot, so I
their
can't
space
worry about where my
temporarily.
stuff is.
Some people say, I want to have my own house
Oh, they want to see my
or
big
my own
nose, you know?
flat or whatever. I want to have my own bedroom. Other people say, no. Well, it could be in war. In war, they used to say something like the warm bunk.
That's the odds.
So when they're fighting, one soldier sleeps in the bed, then he's out, then another soldier comes in. That's right, but so some people want to live, it's called, I think it's warm bunk or something like that. Yeah. So some people want to live like that throughout their whole life. I'm just saying, well, if they want to live like that.
Can I answer your question? The 14 you see, do you know what it represents?
Yeah, he's keeping his nose warm.
The 14 you see is a Nazi code, represents white supremacy.
Really?
That's what I just researched. The guy just researched it.
14,
I
18.
just want to know, what does it, why do you wear it?
I'm dealing with the actual fundamental formula and the code, meaning of the code, in its most basic sense. So it may have been used historically by white nationalists to preserve the white race. But that same, listen carefully, that same principle, I am saying, applies to all races.
So he's a nationalist, basically. Or,
Yes, right.
or equality.
Racial
though.
nationalist,
Yeah,
that's right.
Racial nationalist. But you do know that those particular words of preserving the white race, they believe, under that particular slogan, that the white race is actually better than other races, which is why they want to preserve their race. They don't think we're equal, so they don't want to mix. So using the 1488, although you're trying to change the meaning of it, it does have a negative connotation.
How have you refashioned the 88 part? Because I've heard you refer to the 14 part.
Good luck in Chinese.
Two fat ladies.
Yes, so but
Fat ladies.
we can move it
Why
into.
not two fat ladies?
Okay.
Why not?
Good. We could have it that way as well. But when let's talk about the 100 meters, the 100-meter dash, or 400 meters. When the Olympics is on, when the athletes line up on that line to start the race, obviously you got to think that you're going to win. You feel that you're going to win, yes, and you got to believe that I'm better than the next person I'm racing, right? But so that's the attitude of competition.
Yes.
But I don't think anybody goes onto the track hoping that all the other competitors are dead.
No, but you're.
You understand the
you know, on a track here, the people that are going to win are going to be the people that are going to be working harder. So if somebody trains and trains and trains, there's a likelihood they would win.
Yes.
When it comes to racial supremacy, like white supremacy, they believe just off the bat, as they're born because of their genetics, that they will win, that they're superior.
Right.
So that's where there's a problem with the 1488, because the people that want to preserve the white race don't want to preserve it because they're white. They want to preserve it because they believe that they're superior to other races.
Okay.
And they don't want to mix it and dilute it.
I understand that.
So when you've taken it, although you don't see it like that, because you're saying that you don't believe that you're superior to another race, it still has a loaded, let's just say, baggage to it.
Yes, that's right. So let's unpack that baggage. If you've got two fighters in a ring or people going up for a race, can you race or fight effectively if you don't believe that you're going to win?
You've got to believe it. You've got to be narcissistic about it.
Yeah, but I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I'm trying to move it on further. Move it on further.
You need to have the attitude of that I'm better and I can beat that person, otherwise you're going to lose straight off.
Right. So we can see that there's a subtle twist in that whole, this way of looking at things. You know, so you do need that spirit to believe, my race. But you don't want to.
But can you not see how it can be a fine line between thinking that you need to win, to then saying I'm gonna win because I'm superior than that person.
That's right.
Genetically,
Correct.
It can go from one to the other.
That's
easily.
right. Very easily.
Yeah.
So it is a very thin line.
Very fine line.
That's right. Very
because
fine line.
I'm not sure about if Ralph's here later. It'd be good to talk to Ralph, because Ralph believes that the white race is superior to other races intellectually, and so he wants to preserve the white race according to that, because he doesn't want to dilute them.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's what he's saying, but that's what I've got from what he's saying.
I've got that.
He doesn't want to dilute them because he believes that mixing with other races.
Practicing white preachers.
Mixing. That's true. So mixing with other races will dilute the gene pool and the intellect of the white race.
Right.
And that truly is. Sorry, Ralph, but that is racist. That particular ideology. But there's a difference between that and wanting to preserve your own people because of the culture and the way of life.
That's right. Good.
They're two separate things.
Right. I'm not fully aware of Ralph's position.
It'd be good to talk if Ralph's coming down. It'd be good to talk to an open black nationalist, because the one thing is, and sometimes when you talk to black nationalists, they try and hide their true feelings.
Right.
And I don't like that. It's like, tell the truth. You believe that the black people should stick with black people. Black people should kind of preserve their own people. And I don't have an issue with that if you're straightforward with it.
Yes,
When
straightforward.
people try and like go, so when Ralph comes down, I'd love to have a chat with you lot.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great.
So if the whites believe that they're superior and they want to maintain that whiteness, do you feel the same about blacks, that you want to maintain that blackness because of a strength that you have?
That's right.
Superiority, a black superiority.
But do you believe that black people are superior to other races? Because that's what he's asking you.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying superior to other races. I'm asking if you believe that blacks have a certain strength within themselves, a black strength. That other people, other races don't have.
Every race has its own character. Just like we're here having a conversation. We're all different. We're individuals.
Yeah.
But as an individual, you're also part of a community. Or your fathers and your grandparents who brought you to be.
I'm going to ask you quite a controversial. What do you think the black races say? What you believe that their superior points are? What do you think it is?
Well,
runners.
pardon?
They're fast runners.
I think that until
They can't swim though.
the power
Because their bone,
of
their leg bones
white
are very heavy.
supremacy
It drags them
is
down.
neutralized, we will not be able to understand or see the true benefits and the true quality attributes of each race.
No, but what do you think? Because you're saying that you believe that
I-
black people have their own kind of like specific positives and superiority in certain areas. Now we know that white nationalists, who might be considered to be racist, would say that their biggest superiority is their intellect. That's what they believe. That they believe their intellectual
their
superior.
IQ,
The IQ.
right,
So
that's right.
we're talking about like maybe.
Jews or the East Asians.
I mean, yeah, we'll go into that afterward. We're just saying that that's what a lot of, say, white nationalists or people that you might consider to be white
he said,
supremacists.
Yes.
But what do you? Because you said that you believe that black people have their own attributes that are superior to other races.
No.
Oh, you didn't say that.
No. What I'm saying is that each race, each culture has its own value intrinsically.
What do you want?
Right. So I would not say
Biryani.
Go eat biryani.
Biryani. Rota. Rota. Aloo gobi.
Eat biryani, you're
yes,
crazy.
yes. So I'm saying that you will not be able to recognize or appreciate the values that each race has to offer until white supremacy is neutralized. Does that make sense?
Utilize.
So neutralized. So basically, if there was a power here,
Why do you have to
slow down.
I can demonstrate that neutralization.
Right. So, for example, we're here, and this is supposed to be an area of free speech. Yes? So, somebody could come here and say, look, I don't believe in free speech, and I have the authority over all of you here. So if that kind of force arrived here at Speaker's Corner, then none of you, I wouldn't be able to appreciate anything that you would have to say. So I couldn't make any judgments on you, because that force will be limiting each or all of us. So none of us could express ourselves. Does that make sense? If such a force existed, then all of us would be like machines. Understand? So if this place is truly a place of free speech, right, I can then keep quiet and then listen to what you have to say. And you should be free to say what you have to say. Then we can appreciate or disagree with whatever he has to say. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you
And then there's a trend of people that have a more solid argument that starts to become more and more manifested in itself.
That's right. That's right. So it's all about creating that level playing field. And once the level playing field has been produced, then you have an opportunity to see the potential of all those people that are in that space.
You don't think that we've ever had a level playing field?
No.
It's always started off uneven.
That's right. So that has to be, that is yet to be created, and then that will take the genius of each of us to create that stadium. That stadium has not been built yet. Yeah. But if there's a bias, if I've got my bias, I'm gonna build a stadium with a skew in it.
And that's the thing, if free speech, as I see it, is like evolution or mutation. It's something that allows us to evolve and create a better society by taking the best elements from everyone's opinion and then putting it to the test, you know, and that's why the institutions are so terrified of free speech, is because, you know, that is the power to take the heart out of the institutions.
That's right.
You know, because they rely on people to think the same way way and to think like robots or zombies, you know.
Yes. In order to try and preserve their particular aspect of power.
And that's why I think the West, because for a good period did adopt free speech, made it so successful because it was able to create new technologies and new innovative structures and how to govern and all these things, English common law, then Magna Carta. It was all like a work in progress, and now we seem to have completely stalled, you know.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
I
So
don't
for us,
think there's ever been free speech because there's never been freedom of thought. People have never had all the information and they've never developed independent critical thinking. You need those.
Well, that's because we had blasphemy laws for a long time as a Christian country.
We've still got them in one form or another.
Well, yeah, because
There's
it's
lots
now
of taboo
we don't care.
subjects.
We arrest Christian preachers in this country, but we don't do the same with Muslims.
When Ralph comes, we'll,
yeah, we'll have another, that's great one. Great, that's it for now. All right.
Content over everything from your humanity.
God, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Wait.
Listen.
Yeah. Well, no. Here's the thing. They ask for proof, then they won't wait for the proof to come.
Because they don't want to see it.
Okay, Sahih al-Bukhari, the Book of Gifts. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari, and the Arabic reference would be Book 51, Hadith 28, and the English reference would be Volume 1, Book 47, Hadith 767. Narrated Maimuna, the wife of